Your loyalty is the reason I love you, but it's also the thing that's gonna keep you in this after he's gone. Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Those of you that are returning, sorry it's a little late this week, but I wanted to make sure that I gave it to you guys, because like I said, next week is my, well, is it next week? No, the week after that is my birthday week. So, we call it birthday week. So, yeah, I know that I'm not going to be able to do it. So, I just wanted to make sure that I'm consistent right now. And then, once I come back, that I hop right back on it. Maybe I'll even do that same episode that came out while I was away or whatever. Guys, make sure that if you're not part of the family, that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my videos, and so we can talk about it. I'm definitely going to be adding more reviews, recaps to our lineup. So I'm super excited about that. And, I just kind of want to come on here and chat with you guys because it's exciting. So anyways, now let's go ahead and get into this one. I feel like this one, it had its parts, it had its moments, but it wasn't too crazy. Like, I feel like there's going to be more crazy stuff, but I just feel like this episode didn't have all that crazy stuff going on. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So it starts off with, alright, so his brother's spot, the restaurant, got shot up. Did y'all notice that on the corner, it looked like there was like a Honduran flag? I believe it was Honduran. So I'm assuming, this is just like my prediction type of thing, I'm assuming that his brother's probably Honduran and Caucasian, obviously because, obviously because they have the same mom, but different fathers. So I'm assuming that he's most likely fluent in Spanish. So this right here, he's going to be his ghost replacement. Like, that's how I'm seeing it all go down in my head. Like, he's probably going to mold him. And this time, the difference is that he's going to kind of be in control of the situation. He's going to be kind of like the leader, unless, somewhere down the line shit get funny. He's going to be the one to kind of reel him in and show him the ropes and things like that. I mean, I know his brother at one point did mention, which that's later on, that he went to jail, but I don't think he said what he went to jail for. So I don't know if it was for drugs or what it was for, but he did go for some time. So he's involved in something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he ended up calling Tommy to come and help him out since his place had got shot up, so that, he could, I guess, give him, I don't know what he wanted from him. I don't know if he wanted him to help him sweep up, what he wanted him to do, but at the end of the day, Tommy came through with wads of cash, like $10K, and he's like, that's going to only put a dent in the things that I got to take care of. But you know what? He took it at the end of the day, and that's going to help. Like, somebody just giving you $10K just straight off the back, like, that is what's up, That's a good look right there. So, yeah, and Tommy was like, you know what? He was like, I got a way that we're gonna make money from money. And he was like, you could just tell the wheels is turning. Like, he was trying to come up with a plan on what the next thing was going to be. So now we got this new chick up in here. Her name is Liliana. I couldn't really remember, but I'm doing research. If I find out everything that I need to know, I'm going to do another video where we kind of discuss Liliana a little bit more, because I kind of want to dive back, because it sounds like she was in previous Ghosts. So I'm definitely going to look into that, and you might see another video just talking about her coming up. So yeah, if I find enough information or maybe some clips, maybe I'll do it interesting. We'll see. I don't know. The wheels are turning for me too. So, following that, we see Vic. He's still trying to get with the bartender chick, but now we know a little more about their history. So the reason why she's no longer trying to be involved with him is because she knows it's pretty much like a dead-end relationship. Like, all she can be is either his side chick, or she can be, just his undercover lover, pretty much like a side chick, yeah, or undercover lover, like somebody that he can't proudly show to the world. So it's like, what are we doing? We're pretty much just wasting time and just enjoying each other. That's pretty much all they're doing, But it seems like she's looking for possibly more. She was married at some point, as she mentioned, so she is one of those people that do like serious relationships, even though she didn't really get to experience it for a long time. So yeah, so that's the thing with her, is that with this guy, he's gonna have to take over his father's empire, and the only thing that they want is for him to have pure Irish blood people. You know, you have to go straight down the line with Irish only, not Irish and mix. You know, and he's not trying to betray his family. You know, he's loyal to the game, and that's just it. So she's like, nah, like, you know, that's what you gotta do. So yeah, that's pretty much where they at. So I definitely agree with her. Like, I feel like, yeah, like at the end of the day, you know what it is, you know what you want, so don't settle, you know. Now Tommy heads over to the barber shop, and he sees Jannard and David, and there was some young gangsters trying to act like they was tough or whatever, trying to act like they was bossing up on Tommy, but Tommy was not about that. Like, he was not like folding, you know. What he did was he brought the money that was owed, not even, I wouldn't even say really owed to them, but, you know, what was due for them. And he gave it back, you know, because this is how you show I'm a good person. You know, I'm not a thief. You don't need to kill me when you see me on the streets, you know. Like, I do what the right thing is to do. Jannard was just looking at him like, yo, what's wrong with you? And he even asked him, like, why didn't you just keep the money? I would have kept the money. But he's like, well, that's the difference between me and you. I was like, whoo, got him with that one. So yeah, he let him know. So there was this brother and sister duo. Well, honestly, I can't say if they was brothers and sisters. I'm assuming that they was brothers and sisters, or if they was like lovers or boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know what really they were. If you know, definitely comment down below. But they had kidnapped David and Tommy when they was like just having like a little one-on-one heart-to-heart, you know, outside of the shop type of talk, just walking the streets. Like, all of a sudden they get kidnapped. And this is because these people wanted revenge on David, because they it was with their leader Rojas. Like, I guess did he kill somebody? I think they said that he pretty much took down, but he didn't kill them, because I remember he said he didn't kill the person because he didn't want to get that rap sheet. So that was probably mistake number one, because then they identify you and they let you, they go calling their people to come after you. So that's always a problem. But he knew that if he killed them, murder is worse than either attempted murder or assault. So, you know, which one am I gonna pick? Let's pick one that's not gonna keep me in jail for the rest of my life. I mean, it kind of makes sense. So following that, both of them, they end up having to get, well, first of all, they gave them like 8 blocks or 8 bricks, I would say, of H, and they told them that they had to move it within 3 hours. So I'm like, yo, they making them literally do like the impossible. I'm like, this is freaking ridiculous that they're having to do that. But the crazy thing about it is that they accomplished it. And while they was doing all this, Tommy's a smart man, because he was clocking the routes, clocking all the people that they had to work with. So now he knows all the bigwigs. He knows who to talk to when he gets his stuff. You know what I mean? He knows where to go. You know, so he got like already like a small list of people that he's going to be working with already, because, you know, he's going back to those spots. He's going to try to, well, maybe not the crackhead people in them, because those people was not the best, because he almost didn't get the money. If he didn't dig inside the man's pocket, I mean, I just felt like he was like real, what would I say? He was just real, sorry, it's like stuff coming in while I'm trying to talk, but it was like just real, do I want to say unprofessional? Dare I say unprofessional? But y'all get what I mean. Like, it just was like, nah, like who gives all that to like a dope fiend? Like, it just wasn't something that you would really think of, you know? But anyways, that's, I guess, another connect or whatever, that he probably is the leader of the crackheads. So he goes ahead and maybe he distributes and gets the money, you know, buys it like that. He got somebody giving him money somewhere. kind of like those first people that they had met when Tommy ended up meeting Janai. Remember, those were like people that was doing the whole drop, but they was looking so tore up. It was crazy. The crazy thing about this whole situation was that you got to kind of see what happens, especially like here in New York. Like, it just kind of seemed like New York over there in Chicago, because the way that David was kind of sitting down just waiting for Tommy to come out, all of a sudden here goes the cop rolling up on him and asking him for license registration, saying that he was on the phone while the car was parked, mind you, talking about it's a crime. Like, are you serious right now? Like, you really just trying to find anything to pick with him, because it was like a real classic car, you know, it was brand new and shiny. And for those types of cars, you do have to pay a pretty penny. So this dude was trying to find anything, wanted to run his license and all that stuff, run the registration. And he's like, this is not my car. And he's like, yo, go inside the glove compartment, take the license and registration out and show it to me. He's like, I'm not taking my hands off this steering wheel. And I don't blame him, because the moment he would have taken his hands off and reached over, he most likely would have got shot, because he would have claimed, oh, I saw him reaching over and I thought that he was going to get a gun. That would have been the rebuttal. So he was doing what he felt was right at the time. And honestly, I feel like it was going to go bad either way. Like, it probably would have been a little quicker if he would have went over. But obviously, it took a little bit longer because, you know, he kept on telling him to go ahead and do it. And he didn't want to do it. But he was also aiming it at his head, you know, and screaming at him, and he was getting frustrated. So that probably would have been the next step. But luckily, Tommy came through. You're like, hey, officer, you know, he was just had like a real white boy, nice voice on, you know, not the hardcore New York hood voice that he be having. You know, he was just like, yeah, you know, they even called each other bro. Like, they just had like a white boy moment, and it was just crazy how the energy just shifted, and he just got real different when he saw somebody of his complexion and who he felt, I guess, was of his stature or whatever, you know, of his superiority in race. I don't know. That was just like, it's sad that stuff like this actually does happen, and it still happens to this day, regardless of all these protests and all the other stuff that's going on. It is what it is. It's reality of the situation. So once that happened, Vic's father, we see that he's not doing too well. He had gotten an oncology call, which means some type of cancer is going on with him. And I guess the same thing happened to their mother, but he doesn't want to tell Vic's sister what's going on. So she's probably going to have to deal with whatever the same type of situation that happened with the mom is going to happen with the father. And she's going to be pretty much the last to know about it, which of course is always a sad situation, because people want to enjoy the last moments that they have with someone, but sometimes you try to protect them and you also rob them of that right. So that part is kind of messed up as well. But the bad thing I feel like about the father, from what I've seen, is that he's very misogynistic. He's more really old school, traditional, you know, cultural type of guy. And this could be in many different cultures, where they're just kind of like, you're the woman, know your place. She's trying to give him constructive things that they need to do to kind of modernize their drug business. And he's just on some, no, you need to man the books. Let the men do what they got to do. Mind you, Vic look like he's clueless. Like, he's just doing whatever his father tells him to do. I don't feel like he's really doing a good job with everything else. Like, even with the whole Tommy situation, when they first met, he didn't even have everything that he was supposed to have. Like, he was already lacking right there. So, putting himself in a bad situation. So, this guy, he's not really it. Like, he's just, no. So, I don't even think that he would be good to take over. But obviously, he's the guy. So, that's the person that they look at. She more so seems like she's going to be a ruthless type. Like, as we start seeing her more and more, I do feel like she's going to be a lot more just, I'm going to do what I want. I don't care what anyone says. We've already seen her, like, just be crazy in the club. Like, I just feel like she's more, like, she's gonna be the more professional one of the business. You know, she's probably gonna be the one kind of running it, but he'll be the face of the business if the father is to pass, or when he is to pass, I should say. After all that was said and done, Tommy, he was able to still give his brother some more money so that he'd be able to continue to fix up the place. And he showed him a video, and I'm talking about the brother showed him a video. I don't know this guy's name yet. I need to hear or look it up. But his brother he showed him a video where I guess it was the grandmother walking with a little white boy. So now he knows who this little white boy is. He's like, wow, like now all of this makes sense. Like, yeah, maybe he never thought to ask or whatever, or maybe the grandmother didn't want to talk about it, because grandmothers could be like that sometimes. If they don't want to tell you something, they ain't want to tell you something. But, you know, now he got the connection, like who this kid was. And, you know, they're getting this bond that they never got a chance to have, you know, growing up. Now they really have it. And the brother says, like, he doesn't really know how to do this whole brother thing, but he's definitely gonna give it a try. So what more can you ask for, right? So that's cool. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to see how this kind of unfolds for the two of them, and see, like, you know, how everything goes, because I know he's looking to fill that void that he had for his brother, you know, Ghost. And this, I feel like this is like, now he can breathe, as he said, you know, because remember when he was talking to Gloria, he did say now he feels like he has he can breathe, like he feels like he has a reason to stay in Chi-Town. You know, he got family. This is different now. So Tommy, he ends up buying a spot that looks like his old loft that he had in New York, which is pretty cool. He just paid some dude, and I'm assuming that he kind of knew the dude, because he knew exactly where to go and just give the dude a wad of cash. Dude didn't even take anything. Only thing he attempted or wanted to take was a toothbrush. I'm like, you don't have documents? You don't got nothing? Like, was you just a squatter in this place? Like, was this really your place for real, for real? Because I did see a sign outside that said something about lease. So I don't know how it works, or if he was just like the building manager or something. Maybe he also lives there. Who knows? I guess maybe we'll hear more. Maybe we won't. If we don't, I'll live. You know, it's whatever. So now we also see that Gloria and Tamia. I said Glory and Tamia. I just totally switched the ends of both of their names. That was so weird. Gloria and Tommy. They have a little bit of a love connection, as we've seen already. Well, we already know they got it on and popping, actually. But they were at the bar, you know, kind of talking. She seems like she wanted to let him know about her situationship she's in, but because they kind of talked about the whole, she's involved with the whole Irish situation. He offered to help. She's like, no, I'll get myself out of it. But she didn't really elaborate. But then at one moment she was like, I gotta tell you something, it's about somebody else. And he was like, he just kind of shut her down, kissed her real quick, like, there's always somebody else. Like, it's whatever. Like, it's like, you don't even need to tell me what it is. Like, we not that serious. We doing what we doing. We grown folks. And that's all. Like, whatever it is, just that I don't need to know. You know, I don't want to know if you're playing me. Keep it on the low. Yeah, remember that song? That was the tunes back in the days. But the crazy thing about that situation was that Vic was looking through the window like some peeping Tom. He was like, this, you know, he was tight. So this is definitely gonna be war, because he's taking his girl that he could never be with, you know, and he's taking over his city. Like, who do you think you are, white boy? You trying to be better than me? Like, you know, this is gonna be the white boy battle. But yeah, after that little bit was done, the last thing that they kind of showed was him going to see Liliana, but it doesn't look like he actually killed her still. So I'm like, I guess we're gonna keep on seeing her pop up, because you doing the same mistake that you said that you did in New York when you didn't kill her. So why is it that you're not killing her? Are you trying to lure her boss out, or find out who she's connected to? I don't really know. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next one.